What up, everybody? It's your boy Nolan from BaggySox, bringing you some FIFA Ultimate Team. And I saw a comment saying they wanted to see a all-silver Serie A team, and here it is. I'm going to show you a little bit of their stats, and I'm going to talk about really what's the pros and cons of this team. We'll start with the striker, El Kabir. Great 4-star skiller, great pace, and he has a really good shot on him for a silver player. The center forward, El Shaarawy, 70,000, so he might be out of some people's budgets. But he's really the best player on this team and really puts this team in. It pretty much orchestrates the whole team. The two center attacking wingers are a disappointment. They probably would be better in the center forward role, but they don't have enough pace to keep up with the people on the outside, the wingers. And the two center defensive mids were wonderful. The one on the left, the Barreto, informed Barreto on the left, was just a great possessive midfielder, pretty good pace, and had a great free kick on him. And the center defensive mid on the right was pretty much a Yaya Toure replica, if he had one in a silver form. But the defense was kind of disappointing, so I would recommend building a Serie A defense with that silver Serie A attack just to stop some goals, because it was not fast enough to keep up with the pace abuse teams. So I'm not going to talk about the gameplay, since you guys can just watch that. I'm going to talk about some of the issues with FIFA 12 that I'd like to see fixed for FIFA 13. So the first thing to talk about with FIFA 12 issues would have to be the impact engine. Really, that's the only thing you heard about FIFA 12 getting talked about when it was coming out, and really it lets you down, because I don't know how many times defenders just run into each other and just take each other out. Two players hit each other and just go flying the opposite direction, or there's just a little line of 6 people getting taken out one after another. But hopefully they can just add some subtle improvements to it so things aren't so drastic as they were in this game. Another thing is passing. Pretty much the only thing you can say about passing is if you wanted to pass it one way, it would pass it the other direction. And don't say, oh, it's you, because it happened to, I've talked to a lot of people about this, and it's something wrong with FIFA, not me or all these people I've talked to. Another thing is pace. They need to find a balance between pace, passing, and dribbling. The three major things are not dribbling, pace, passing, and skill moves. The three things that you can do to win a game. Pace, there's some teams that win with pace, like Brazil, and there's also teams that win with skill moves. Brazil also uses skill moves to win in real life, and but teams like Spain use passing to win. So hopefully they'll give you more options to win instead of just gunning down the wing and throwing a cross down the middle to a 6'8" player who heads it in every single time. But hopefully they find some balance between all three of those things. Another thing is missing open volleys and headers, that either you're one-on-one with a goalie and you just fail on a volley or a header when you're wide open, a 80 whatever overall player, and it just misses. Or on defense, you're wide open, your guy misses and leaves a wide open fast break for a goal. But another thing is, for Ultimate Team, a penalty for rage quitting, because right now they just have a little modifier that you don't get as much coins with your games if you do rage quit, but that's not enough. They need to do something like you don't get coins for your next win if you rage quit a game, and hopefully it'll know the difference between losing connection from EA servers intentionally and non-intentionally, so it doesn't become a glitch for other players, so they just find some way to win every single game, because people want to do that because they can't just win the normal way. Another thing is chemistry. It needs to mean something. I don't know how many times I've come up with teams with worse chemistry and they're holding possession for the whole game. Chemistry should mean that as a team, your players don't play as good, but individually, they play just fine. So you could do one-man skill runs with a team with low chemistry, but if you try to play as a team, they'd get outnumbered. Another thing is holding X and R1. I'm trying to stay calm while I say this because literally holding X and R1 wants to make me destroy my computer and destroy anything that's in sight. It pretty much gives someone, it takes away half the game. In pro clubs, they want you to use or defend, but in normal game modes, they don't want you to. They just want you to hold X. It's just unreal. Because if you ever play me a game, I'm never going to hold X. I'm not the person to do that. I'm going to show EA that you don't need holding X to win a game. You don't need holding X to stop a goal. I don't mind holding X as long as it's containing the player, but it's when it does a tackle on you. That's when it gets out of control, because it turns a 60 defender into a 80 defender. Another thing is 45th and 90th minute goals. It seems every single game I play in now, there's either a goal in the 45th minute, the 90th minute, or both, or even multiple goals in the 90th minute by the team that's losing. It's just, I feel like FIFA wants it to score so it gets more competitive or something. They just need to leave it normal so the good players win and the bad players lose. You can't try to help bad players win. So that is a frustrating topic. Another thing is with Ultimate Team Packs, you put 15,000 coins that you work up towards to try to get a pack, and you get nothing. Really frustrating. Also, with Club just needs a ton of work. The first thing that Club needs to do is to get rid of any in Club. If you wanted to play as a full team, just play head-to-head, play Ultimate Team, play an online match, just play something normal. In Club, you should just be about playing as your virtual pro, playing as just one player, and coming together with other players to form a team. And before a game match, you should be able to see their position so you know what you're going up against, so you don't have to see if, oh, they have a user keeper or something. Which gets to my point that user keepers are way overpowered just holding L1, and they'll be trying to go one way and their player just glitches and goes the other. And also AI keepers are unreal bad. They need to fix that. It's pretty frustrating when your keeper lets up the stupidest goal, which gives into AI for Club. I know they put it down to professional or semi-pro or something. They need to bump it back up to world class because it's just, they need to have it competitive so you're not losing games because of the computer mistake, but you can win games because you did something good. And hopefully they will reevaluate their Club AI intelligence. And another thing is when you're trying to get your virtual pro up is not to be able to have sliders. Somehow find a way not to be able to have sliders, because I want to get my player up a real way and not just be forced to glitch him up to a 90 right away. So clubs want to play about it. It should be progression like 2K, 2K12 my players for NBA. Yeah, they have to try to get rid of the hacked my players if you've ever come across any of those. But I hope they also, with your virtual pro, is that they change the stat settings. You will find players that are the exact same stats for the exact same things. They need to have, like, per game, a sort of a point system, kind of like 2K12, so you can get up different stats that you wanted, and certain things cost different amounts, because really it is kind of frustrating having the same exact player, because I want a player that's a little bit faster and not as good as shooting and a good passer, rather than just a default one that every single player is going to have. So hopefully they will reevaluate some of these things and fix them. But that wraps up the end of my video. Sorry it was a little bit longer than usual, but if you have any other suggestions, any other ideas for FIFA 13 or anything wrong you hate about FIFA 12, join the party and leave a comment. Thank you.